If you want to fast forward your manifestation, then what you need to focus on is your mental diet. And I know it seems almost too easy because usually I was actually thinking recently, some of the techniques around that you can have when you're manifesting are just almost too intricate, too intense. But really, manifestation is something that should be easy, something that should be effortless. And so, because recently I was going back to like the basics and thinking, okay, if we're gonna really simply manifest our specific person, not literally not add, not take away anything, literally fast forward in the quickest way possible, what's the most basic thing you can do? And I will tell you, mental diet is the way to go. And so, what that means is, even at a very basic sense, we want to be thinking about what we're thinking about. Like, basically, becoming aware of your thoughts. And I know at first you're going to think, but a lot of my thoughts that are negative have nothing to do with my manifestation. But that doesn't matter, because what you do as a habit, your imagination is going to follow. So if you are habitually thinking something negative, thinking something less than positive, and don't worry, I'll tell you exactly how to get around it, then you're going to find your mind consistently follow that. And so what that looks like is, so when I was trying to do it, we gotta wait for this car real quick. So what that looked like for me, the other day was like really hot. And you're gonna be like, this is the most basic idea you've ever seen in your life. But it was really hot. And I caught myself going, it's too hot. And you're like, okay. And again, I know that has nothing to do with a specific person, nothing to do with almost any manifestation. But I realized that it wasn't adding to my mental health, my mental diet. It wasn't aligning with exactly what I wanted. So I was just like, it's so hot out, and that's why I love today. And these small little additions or reactions to your reality make literally everything. And the way I like to think about it is, imagine like a huge skyscraper. Okay, imagine this huge building. Think of that building right there, and think of the foundation of it. If you every day took one little molecule away from the base, you wouldn't even see it. It would be so small, you literally wouldn't even see it. And over time, without noticing it, the whole foundation, the entire building would just collapse. And that's our mental diet. And so I'll tell you, because you're probably thinking, okay, Cal, that's really, really cool. I can fast forward my manifestation. Everybody talks about thinking positive, thinking something that aligns with your state. But how do I do it? Because I feel like my negative thoughts are always intrusive, and I always try to restrain my thoughts. But that's where we get it. You never want to restrain your thoughts or go against them, okay? That's only gonna cause your thoughts to bounce back and be just as bad, or maybe even worse, because you cannot ignore something that does not exist. And you can imagine, it was shown your conscious and your subconscious to be like the masculine and the feminine, right? So your conscious mind is the masculine that impregnates the subconscious. And so I want you to think about this. If there is the man and wife, so the masculine and the feminine, or whatever couple you want to imagine it, if someone told you what to do and tried to force you to do something, would you listen to them? And you would say, no, I wouldn't. If someone tried to force me to do anything, I would totally resist it. And that's the subconscious. And you can think of it as well, like almost like a child. Like every time you tell a child to do something, they do the exact opposite. That's your mind. And so this never, ever results in resisting or restraining against these negative thoughts. What you want to do instead, and this is where it gets really simple and easy, instead of going against it, if you have a negative thought, you go, no, actually, this is what I'm actually thinking. That's restraining, that's going against. So instead, you want to shift your attention. It's just focusing on something else that you want. And it could be as easy as just not giving any attention, any effort. Basically, the least amount of effort that you want on anything, you're going to do it. And I know your mind is not going to want to do this. If your specific person doesn't text you back, you're going to be mad about it, right? Instantly, our mind's going to go to the absolute worst. Or think of the concept of complaining. It just is something that our mind naturally wants to do. But I beg you, for the next 24 hours, don't even try, you're actually going to do it. Focus and only give attention to exactly what you want, and you'll find everything begin to go your way. Because like I said, this was something that I was trying out too. And obviously everyone's like, mental diet, that's the easiest, that's the most simple thing that you can imagine. But when you try it out, you're gonna notice everything begins to go your way. And so I got a cool little success story to show you guys from the email coaching. I'll put it up on the screen. I can't remember it exactly, so I'm gonna read it off here. So here's what they wrote. So in their email coaching, they wrote, "Hi Kyle, it's been a while since my last email. I hope all is well. Since the last email, a lot has happened. The day after this last email, my SB texted me to see me, and we hung out a day later." So that's the power of your mental diet. Wait, I'm out of breath. That's how quickly that your reality can change. Your subconscious mind is always going to compel you to do something. So your thoughts, and this is really the power of your mental diet, when you think and have a subconscious belief, you throughout your day almost lose your self-control. You lose your own authority to actually act. And you'll find that you almost have your reactions are automatic. Because have you ever felt that way? Your specific person doesn't text you back, something like that, the same example I gave earlier, and your mind automatically goes to something negative. But that's not your fault, okay? That's just your predetermined and unquestioned subconscious beliefs. But instead, there's two ways at which you can actually control them. So one is assuming the state, which is one that we know, right? So you're going to affirm, you're going to journal, you're going to visualize, and you're going to change that subconscious belief. But, so if you're like, dang it, I didn't visualize last night, that's okay. You actually consistently and constantly choosing your subconscious belief by your reactions. So when you see something, you're making a choice. Am I going to continue with the old state, or am I going to continue with the new state and change it? And until we change that reaction, we're going to basically be a victim to our past beliefs. So try this out. And again, I'm talking, it only has to be for 24 hours. Say that you're going to commit to a positive mental concept, mental diet for the next 24 hours. Again, because your mind isn't going to want to do it for a week, but when you begin to do it just for 24 hours, you're going to see everything begin to change. So if you have any questions on this, now I'm walking uphill, so I'm getting out of breath. If you do have any questions on this, leave them down below. If you did have any personal questions, head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com. If you did like this video, it's really windy now. Hopefully this microphone's doing its thing. If you did like this video, leave a thumbs up, and then don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.